Pacific Ocean, a body of water spanning more than 155 million square kilometers, plunging as deep as 11,000 meters. A place where sunlight never touches the bottom. Beneath that dense black water, radar has detected immense movements belonging to no known creature. And strange sounds echoing from the depths have sent chills down the spines of scientists. There is a region within this vast ocean where ships, airplanes, even radio signals vanish without a trace. A place harboring dangers far beyond human imagination. The Pacific, a name both familiar and distant, for though it covers nearly 1/3 of the entire planet, it remains a vast blank space in humanity's understanding. Even if you gathered all the continents, Asia, Europe, and the Americas, and placed them within it, the Pacific would still have room left to swallow another ocean whole. It is not merely the largest body of water, but an entirely different world, one humanity has only skimmed, brushing lightly against the mirror that conceals its deepest secrets. Scientists estimate that over 80% of the Pacific's seafloor has never been mapped in detail, meaning that most of this realm lies beyond the reach of radar, satellites, or even the most advanced technology we possess. What we know is just the tip of an unseen iceberg. Beneath, where light can never reach, lies a silent world governed by its own laws, cold, dark, and yet bursting with forms of life that science has only begun to comprehend. If Earth has a gate to the underworld, it would be the Mariana Trench, located in the western Pacific near the Mariana Islands. Its depth makes even mighty mountains and colossal ships seem insignificant. If you were to drop Mount Everest into it, more than 2,000 meters of water would still cover its peak. At depths exceeding 10,984 meters, the pressure here is 1,000 times greater than at sea level. No ordinary creature should survive, or so we once believed. But when unmanned submersibles were sent down, their cameras captured images that stunned the world. Bioluminescent beings drifted like spirits, fish with transparent bodies and enormous eyes like camera lenses, and life forms that looked as though they belonged in a science fiction film. A species known as the snailfish was discovered at depths near 8,000 meters. It has no scales, a soft body, and thrives under pressures that could crush a steel submarine in an instant. And yet they live, reproduce, and flourish, as though this hostile realm were the most natural home imaginable. Scientists call this evolution at the edge, proof that life can adapt anywhere, even in places once thought impossible. Even more astonishing, in all of human history, only 3 people have ever reached the bottom of the Mariana Trench: explorer Don Walsh, filmmaker James Cameron, and an astronaut who once walked in space. Fewer people have touched the deepest ocean than have walked on the moon. And though these expeditions have brought back priceless data, the Mariana remains a closed world, silent and enigmatic. Some theories suggest that beneath its layers of sediment lies a second ecosystem, an Earth within the Earth, where ancient microorganisms have endured since the planet's earliest days. If true, then the Mariana Trench is not merely a physical abyss, it is a chronological one, a vault preserving the earliest chapters of life's history. When we zoom out from the trench, the Pacific reveals itself as a colossal ring, the Ring of Fire. It is here that hundreds of volcanoes and the planet's largest tectonic plates meet. 75% of Earth's active volcanoes lie here, and 90% of the most catastrophic earthquakes in history have originated from this region. From Japan, Indonesia, and Papua New Guinea to the western coasts of the Americas, all sit atop this perilous ring. Each time a tectonic plate shifts, the ocean floor trembles, unleashing massive quakes, and sometimes tsunamis towering dozens of meters high. One of the most powerful eruptions in modern history occurred in 2022, when Hunga Tonga Hunga Ha'apai exploded with such force that its sound waves circled the planet twice. Many scientists warn that if the entire Ring of Fire were ever to awaken at once, the whole planet would shudder. And yet the very region that seems to embody destruction is also the cradle of creation. Along the ocean floor, geothermal vents spew out boiling water rich in minerals. And around them thrive organisms that feed not on sunlight, but on chemical energy. They are the pioneers of life, proof that existence can begin within stone itself, without air, without light, sustained only by energy and time. Even with thousands of research vessels, satellites and deep-diving robots, millions of square kilometers of the Pacific seafloor remain blank on our maps. Radars return only faint outlines, as if something beneath deliberately hides itself. Some regions reveal oddly geometric structures, almost like artificial constructs. Others emit strange magnetic signals that defy explanation. They could be natural phenomena, or something else, something far beyond our understanding. From this mystery, countless theories have emerged. Some believe in a vast network of underwater tunnels connecting continents. Others speak of energy portals, the Pacific's own version of the Bermuda Triangle. Scientists, however, remain cautious. To them, the unknown is precisely what makes the Pacific the greatest natural laboratory on Earth. A place where every new discovery could rewrite our understanding of the planet. And if you think the Pacific's enigmas end with its volcanoes and abyssal trenches, prepare yourself. For deep beneath those icy waters dwell the strangest and most terrifying creatures on the planet. Creatures science once thought could not exist. When you gaze upon the Pacific, its surface shimmering in sunlight, it's hard to imagine that just a few hundred meters below lies a completely different world. Down there, the rules of life bend and break. There is no light, no color, no clear boundary between life and death. It is the realm of the bizarre, the ghosts of the deep, glimpsed only briefly through the lenses of submersibles. If there is one creature that haunts human imagination more than any other, it is Megalodon, the giant shark that ruled the seas for millions of years. Fossils suggest it reached lengths of more than 65 feet and weighed up to 60 tons, with teeth the size of a human hand. A single bite could crush a car in an instant. Scientists believe Megalodon went extinct about 2.6 million years ago. But the Pacific is vast, too deep, and that enormity keeps the legend of the ghost of the deep alive. Fishermen have told tales of a massive shadow moving beneath their boats, longer than a whale, but without the dorsal fin typical of modern sharks. Some sonar images have recorded slow-moving shapes the size of a megalodon, though never clearly enough to confirm. The question remains, could Megalodon have survived in the dark, cold depths of the Pacific? Marine biologists say no. There isn't enough warmth or food to sustain it. Yet history reminds us, creatures once thought extinct, like the coelacanth, the ancient living fossil, have returned from the abyss before. In this mysterious world, nothing is truly impossible. Some explorers even believe that if Megalodon still exists, it may have evolved, adapting to the crushing pressure and eternal darkness, becoming a new version of the ultimate predator, hidden at depths humanity can never reach. Leaving behind the cold abyss, we move toward the warmer waters of the Western Pacific, home to another equally extraordinary creature, the electric eel. Despite its name, it isn't a true eel, but a type of knife fish capable of generating electric shocks of up to 600 volts, powerful enough to knock down a horse. Its body contains thousands of special cells called electrocytes, each acting like a tiny biological battery connected in series. When it hunts, it releases bursts of electricity so intense that the surrounding water vibrates. It even uses weak electrical pulses as a form of sonar, scanning the darkness around it. A creature that can generate and control electricity naturally within its own body. It sounds like something born from a futuristic laboratory. Recent studies suggest that electric eels can pulse electricity in rhythmic patterns, almost like Morse code, to communicate with one another. That revelation has led scientists to ask, could this be a primitive form of intelligence, the first language of fish? Not all deadly beings are giants. In the pitch-black waters of the Pacific lurk tiny assassins, small enough to fit in your hand, yet capable of killing a human within seconds. Take the box jellyfish, for example. A transparent, delicate organism whose venom can kill a person in under 2 minutes. Or the cone snail, seemingly harmless, yet one sting carries enough toxin to fell 20 adults. This world never fails to remind us that danger doesn't always come with a terrifying face. And then there's the sea bat, a strange species of ray with wings like a bat, drifting through the dark thousands of meters below, gliding slowly as if flying through air. Some submarines have recorded shadowy human-shaped figures swimming through the haze, sparking old sailors' tales of merfolk and sea spirits. Science calls it pareidolia, the illusion of familiar shapes in the dark. But those who claim to have seen it with their own eyes insist something is swimming with us beneath the Pacific, and it isn't a fish. Near the hydrothermal vents of the Pacific's seafloor, scientists have discovered microorganisms capable of surviving in water hotter than 700 degrees Fahrenheit, under pressures thousands of times greater than those on the surface. They require no light, no oxygen, living solely on the chemical energy drawn from the Earth itself. These are the extremophiles, among the most resilient life forms on the planet. And their existence raises a profound question. If life can survive under such extreme conditions here, what might be possible elsewhere in the universe? Many scientists now believe that the Pacific Ocean may serve as a natural model for distant worlds like Europa, the moon of Jupiter, or Enceladus, moon of Saturn, both believed to harbor hidden oceans beneath their icy crusts. If life can thrive here, in eternal darkness beneath the waves of our own world, then surely the universe beyond may also be teeming with life. The Pacific hides not only creatures beyond imagination, but also places where the line between nature and myth begins to blur. From waters where ships vanish without a trace, to islands that have mysteriously disappeared from maps. Between Japan, Taiwan, and the Mariana Islands lies a region known as the Devil's Sea, the Pacific Triangle. For centuries, it has been linked to disappearances so inexplicable that even the Japanese government once suspended research missions there. Since the 1950s, numerous research vessels and military aircraft have vanished, without a single distress signal. The most famous incident was that of the research vessel Kaiyomaru No. 5 in 1952, carrying 31 scientists, all of whom vanished without leaving a single trace. Only a few fragments of driftwood were ever found, no signs of explosion, no wreckage, no collision. Locals call this region the Sea of the Devil, where compasses spin wildly, magnetic sensors falter, and the weather can shift in an instant. Some theories suggest that methane gas erupting from the seafloor creates enormous bubbles, suddenly sinking ships. Others believe it to be an energy fracture, a magnetic anomaly where Earth's natural fields disrupt all electronic instruments. Yet there are accounts science cannot entirely dismiss. Survivors' tales of floating lights on the surface, or glowing forms moving beneath the ship as if alive. Could it be that the Pacific hides not only ancient creatures, but also phenomena far beyond human understanding? If the Devil's Sea is where nature itself inspires fear, then Bikini Atoll is where humankind turned the ocean into a nightmare. Nestled among the Marshall Islands, Bikini was once a paradise of coral and turquoise lagoons, until the United States chose it as a nuclear test site during the Cold War. From 1946 to 1958, 23 nuclear detonations were carried out here. One of them, the Castle Bravo test in 1954, was 1,000 times more powerful than the bomb dropped on Hiroshima, vaporizing the sea surface and erasing an entire island from the map. In the aftermath, life around Bikini Atoll virtually disappeared. Hundreds of fish floated belly up, coral turned black, and the water ran red like blood. Decades later, when scientists returned, they discovered mutated life forms, two-headed fish, glowing shrimp and specimens carrying radiation hundreds of times above normal levels. Today, Bikini remains a biological exclusion zone, yet paradoxically, its ecosystem is slowly coming back to life. Coral reefs are growing again, sharks have returned, and some researchers believe nature itself is cleansing humanity's mistakes. Still, beneath the waves lie vast nuclear craters, scars on the ocean's body that will never fully heal. The Pacific is so immense that it even holds islands once recorded on maps, but nowhere to be found today. One of them is Sandy Island, first charted in 1908 between Australia and New Caledonia. For decades, it appeared on every map, from naval charts to Google Earth. But when scientists sailed to its location in 2012, they found only open sea, no land, no reef, nothing. Many attributed it to data error. Others proposed bolder ideas, that the island might have sunk in a recent geological event. Or worse, that it never existed at all, a ghost island, the optical mirage sailors have described for centuries. Whatever the truth, Sandy Island remains a genuine geographical mystery, one that oceanographers have yet to fully explain. On January 15, 2022, the world witnessed one of the most powerful natural events in modern history, the eruption of Hunga Tonga Hunga Ha'apai, deep beneath the Pacific Ocean. In a few short seconds, it released energy equivalent to hundreds of nuclear bombs, blasting a plume of ash 58 kilometers high, reaching beyond the stratosphere. Tsunami waves over 50 feet tall struck nearby islands, and the sound of the explosion was heard as far away as Alaska, more than 6,000 miles distant. Shockwaves circled the entire Earth twice. What's most terrifying is this. Never before had humanity seen an underwater eruption of such magnitude. The sea was torn open, and in the days that followed, sonar devices began detecting strange signals from the depths, low rhythmic echoes like the heartbeat of the planet itself. Some scientists believe the Pacific is breathing, redistributing its geological energy, and that the Tonga eruption was merely the first warning of a much greater upheaval yet to come. But those drawn to the mystical offer a different explanation. They believe the explosion may have opened a geological gateway, a portal through which the Earth's inner energy escaped, and perhaps something long asleep beneath the ocean was awakened. Across the Pacific lie thousands of shipwrecks, from World War II warships to lost merchant vessels and research expeditions that vanished without a trace. In certain regions, sonar scans have revealed ships piled atop one another like layers in a metallic graveyard. Each vessel tells an unfinished story, a memory swallowed by time. Divers report that hundreds of feet below, flickering lights sometimes appear inside the darkened wrecks, as if someone were still moving through the corridors. Meanwhile, marine archaeologists have found fossilized skeletons frozen mid-run, as though death struck in an instant. There are no certain explanations, only mysteries that make the Pacific feel like a realm of spirits, where past and present drift together in the deep. And if all these perilous waters make you think the Pacific is nothing but a kingdom of death and chaos, think again. For hidden somewhere within its vast expanse may lie traces of ancient civilizations, cities, pyramids, and relics suggesting that humanity once thrived among the waves, before being swallowed by the sea itself. Amid this seemingly endless ocean, few realize that the Pacific might not only have been the cradle of life, but also home to the world's earliest civilizations long before history began. What we see today, scattered islands, coral reefs, and submerged mountain chains, may be nothing more than the peaks of ancient cities now buried beneath the waves for thousands of years. Off the eastern coast of Pompeii in Micronesia lies Nan Madol, often called the Atlantis of the Pacific. From above, its ruins appear as a labyrinth of stone rising from the water. Over 90 artificial islets built from massive basalt blocks, each weighing up to 50 tons. No wheels, no machines, no beasts of burden. So how did ancient builders transport thousands of these stones across open sea to construct a fortress city amid the waves? According to local legend, their ancestors made the stones fly, using a mysterious energy they called mana. Modern archaeologists remain puzzled. Even with laser mapping and carbon dating, they have been unable to determine how Nan Madol was built, or when exactly it was created. Some structures may even predate the Egyptian pyramids. One theory suggests it was the ceremonial heart of an ancient kingdom known as Sordeleur, which flourished between the 8th and 17th centuries. But one day the people vanished, leaving behind only grey basalt walls and tales of the ocean's wrath. According to legend, when the gods grew angry, the sea rose up and swallowed the entire city, as if the ocean itself had reclaimed what once belonged to it. Today, Nan Madol remains one of the world's great archaeological enigmas, recognized by UNESCO as a World Heritage Site. Yet no single theory has ever been universally accepted. Was it merely a human construction, or the remnant of something far older, a civilization that existed before recorded history itself? Not far away, off the coast of Yonaguni, Japan, a diver named Kihachiro Aratake made a stunning discovery in 1986, a massive stone structure resting 80 feet beneath the waves. At first glance, it resembled a step pyramid, rising over 60 feet high with terraces, platforms, and perfectly flat corridors, all carved with uncanny precision. Japanese geologists claim it's a natural formation shaped by erosion. But other experts, including Professor Masaki Kimura, disagree. The cuts are too perfect, the angles precise to a single degree. This cannot be coincidence. If true, Yonaguni could be the sunken remnant of a city that vanished more than 10,000 years ago during the great melt of the last ice age. Some researchers even suggest it might be part of the lost continents of Lemuria or Mu, ancient civilizations swallowed by the sea in a cataclysm that reshaped the world. Through the diver's lens, Yonaguni looks like a city asleep in the dark. Stairways leading into nothingness, moss-covered statues, corridors winding like the halls of an ancient temple. Whether natural or man-made, the place feels like swimming through the fossilized memory of humankind. Since the 19th century, many scholars have proposed that the Pacific Ocean once held a vast lost continent, known as Lemuria or Mu. According to legend, it was a rich and flourishing land where humans lived in harmony with nature, possessing knowledge far beyond their time, until a cataclysmic geological disaster dragged the entire continent beneath the sea. Such tales may sound fantastical, yet what's fascinating is that many Pacific cultures, from Hawaii and Polynesia to Indonesia, share eerily similar legends. Stories of an ancient land punished by the gods, leaving behind only the islands upon the back of the ocean. Though modern science has yet to find proof of Lemuria's existence, geologists have discovered numerous fragments of continental crust buried beneath the Pacific, some showing signs of once having been above sea level. When mapped together, these fragments form a massive continental belt stretching from Japan to the South Pacific, aligning strikingly with the locations described in ancient myth. Even today, vast regions of the Pacific remain untouched by human exploration. Sonar scans have revealed strange square formations, straight lines, and massive stone walls at depths of several thousand meters. Some researchers believe these are remnants of ancient cities. Others caution they are merely tricks of geology. But in a world where the line between nature and legend has already blurred, who can truly say what is real and what is illusion? Perhaps human history did not begin in Egypt or Mesopotamia, as we have long believed. Perhaps it began in the middle of the ocean, only to be erased by the sea itself, resetting the cycle once more. From uncharted abysses and strange creatures to deadly waters and buried cities, the Pacific Ocean is not merely part of our planet. It is the living memory of Earth itself, holding everything humanity has forgotten. When we look upon its surface, we see only calm and light, but beneath lies millions of years of history, billions of lives, and countless secrets still waiting to be uncovered. Perhaps within this vast expanse, the heart of the Pacific, lies the doorway to humanity's past, or a warning of what is yet to come.